Welcome to the night school. You are over here with Tarethia. We are streaming on YouTube and on my website tonight. So hit the like and subscribe button if you are watching this from YouTube. So with that being said, I'm not sure if y'all have went over there to my website, but if you haven't, you're definitely missing out because we're finna get good into the juicy stuff. Right now we're doing the foundation. We're doing the fundamentals of basically what you kind of need to know about that. Do you believe in magic? Okay, reflection. So if that's your interest, then going over there to the website would definitely be a great little journey for you. And if you're not, then that's cool too. I definitely have plenty of other stuff. But tonight, you're over here at the night school. Okay, so with that being said, reflection, let's get started. We have been talking about the 48 laws of power. We've actually been breaking down each law, 3 laws each night. And tonight we are breaking that. We stopped on what? Last week it was what? 10 through 12. So this week we are doing 13 through 15. Okay, and if you don't have this particular book, don't even worry about it because Tarethia is gonna break it down enough for you. Okay, so with that being said, let's start on law 13. Okay. It says, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. So what does that mean, reflection? When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or their gratitude. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about what does that particular law mean. It says, if you need to turn to an ally for help, do not bother to remind him of your past assistance or good deeds. He will find a way to ignore you. Instead, uncover something in your request or in your alliance with him that will benefit him and emphasize it all out of proportion. He will respond enthusiastically when he sees something is to be gained for himself. So, Law 13 says, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest. A lot of people, as you know, are about self-gain. Okay, so when you go, let's say you're in a particular situation where you may need a person's particular resources or help. In order telling them how great of a person you are, maybe you need to find out how your interests can benefit them as well. Okay, because that'll kind of get them to want to join the bandwagon of the cause. You get what I'm saying? Whatever your particular cause or objective may be at that particular moment. Okay, so I want to tell you a story about the peasant and the apple tree. Okay, well, I want to tell you a special line about this particular story. Self-interest alone moves some men. Okay, so what does that mean? Self-interest alone moves some men. I got this particular quote out of the story of the peasants and the apple tree. Okay, you can definitely find this on page 96 if you have this particular book. Okay, so it says self-interest alone moves some men. So some people, what does that mean? That means if they can't see anything, them gaining anything out of the situation, some people are just like that. We all know people like that. Then they may not necessarily be ready to help you. Okay, or they may not be able to. They're not interested in helping you accomplish whatever objective it is you're trying to accomplish. So, with that being said, you have to go in and you have to find something that it is in your agenda to, you get what I'm saying, bring them in, reflection. Okay, to kind of catch their attention. Okay, so with that being said, let's keep it going. It has always been a rule that the weak should be subject to the strong. And besides, we consider that we are worthy of our own power. Up till the present moment, you too used to think that we were. But now, after calculating your own interests, you are beginning to talk in terms of right and wrong. Considerations of this kind have never yet turned people aside from the opportunities or offered by superior strength. Okay, so what does that mean? In a quest for power, you will constantly find yourself in the position for asking for help from those more powerful than you. Okay, there's an art to asking for help, though. The art that depends on your ability to understand the person you are dealing with. Okay, so it's better to kind of know the person that you're going in dealing with, whether than, you get what I'm saying, going in with the naked eye. So if you know more about that person, you know more about their energy, then it'll help mold and alter that particular person to your objective, or you can alter your objective to that particular person while still meeting the agenda that you're trying to meet. You get what I'm saying, reflection? Okay, so it says the shortest and best way to make your fortune is to let people see clearly that it is in their best interest to promote you, reflection. Okay, so just think about people that's always trying to sell things. They don't go in telling you how great of a salesman or a saleswoman they are. Okay, they go in telling you why this product, why you should have this product, why this benefits you, why you should come with this company, why we're the best, why, you get what I'm saying, reflection? That all goes into them exercising law 13, whether they know that or not. Okay, so let's go to law 14. Law 14, it says pose as a friend but work as a spy. What does that mean, reflection? Pose as a friend but work as a spy. Okay, knowing about your rival is critical. Then I tell you that in law 13, you got to know that person or that particular energy that you're going into before you may just try to mold your objective on them. Okay, so knowing about your rival is critical. Use spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Okay, it's better still play the spy yourself. In polite social encounters, learn to probe, okay? Ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their weaknesses and their intentions, okay? Scorpios are very good at that, must say, okay? Most water signs anyway. There is no occasion that is not an opportunity for artful spying. So they said use it. This law talks about using any occasion, whether it's just, you get what I'm saying, to ask indirect questions. Okay, never want to be too direct. We're talking about law 14, pose as a friend but work as a what, reflection? We're working at the spot. Okay, so with that being said, it says rulers sees through spies, as cows through smell, Brahms through scriptures, and the rest of the people through their normal eyes. Okay, so somewhat, even you rely on your eyes to see. Everyone relies on something. A lot of people relies on some other things to see, or to, you get what I'm saying, get particular information. Okay, it says in the realm of power, your goal is a degree of control over future events. Part of the problem you face then is that people won't tell you all of their thoughts, emotions, or their plans. Controlling what they say, they often keep the most critical parts of their character hidden. Don't nobody just come out and tell you all that root chakra, sacral chakra energy they got suppressed, all their deepest fears, all that trauma. No one is going to tell you what they really, what they're really thinking. Okay, because the person that knows everything that you're really thinking, that can also be a dangerous person. Okay, so let's keep it going. Okay, it says the result is that you cannot predict others' moves and their motives or obsessions. The result is that you cannot predict their moves and are constantly in the dark. The trick is to find a way to probe them, to find out their secrets and their hidden intentions without letting them know what you are up to. That's the tricky part. Okay, this is not as difficult though as you may think. A friendly front will let you secretly gather information on friends and enemies alike. Okay, let others consult the horoscope or the tarot cards. You have more concrete means of seeing into the future. The most common way of spying is to use other people. Okay, so it says this method is simple, powerful, but it's very risky. You will certainly gather information, but you have little control over the people who are doing the work. So you may sit and you even think about a spy. They want the job done, but no one is telling them how to get the job done. They like, hey, you want the job done, but you didn't ask me how I had to get the job done. Okay, so it's like it's like that person, and you're depending on that person to come back and give you all the information. So whoever your eyes are, make sure they're a good set of eyes. Okay, it says the third eye of the spy in the land of the two-eyed. The third eye gives you the optimism of a god. You see further than others, and you see deeper into them. Nobody is safe from the eye but you. Okay, it says, now the reason a brilliant sovereign and wise general conquer the enemy whenever they move and their achievements surpass those of ordinary men is their foreknowledge of the enemy's situation. So even in great battles, you will notice most great battles are won because they have insight of what is to come. Okay, so if you know what is to come, then you can do what? Reflections. We talk about this often in the night school. You can alter it. Okay, so it says information is critical to power. With no information, there is no way you can have power. Okay, or it will be short term. Okay, so information is critical to power. But just as you spy on other people, you must be prepared for them to spy on you. I tell anybody, whatever energy you out there putting out, you better be prepared, because it's gonna come back around. Okay, so it says one of the most potent weapons in battle is for information. Okay, then it's giving out false information. As Winston Churchill said, truth is so precious that she should always be attended by a bodyguard of lies. Okay, surrounded by lies, and in the middle is the what? The truth. Okay, you must surround yourself with such a bodyguard so that your truth cannot be penetrated. Okay, by planting the information of your choice, you control the game. By feeding people wrong information, then you gain a potent advantage. While spying gives you a third eye, disinformation puts out one of your enemy's eyes, a cyclops. He always misses his target. So what does that mean, reflection? You, just like certain spies, they'll think serpent. Remember, you just with the last rule, you have no control over that particular spy. Even though those are your eyes, you really don't have control. So you are dependent on the information they bring back to you. That's why I said make sure whoever the spy is, you have a good, trustworthy spy, because that's the same person that could feed you, okay, bad information. So it's duality in everything. You get what I'm saying? Reflection is the up, it's the down, it's the down, it's the up. Okay. So we are over here talking about the 48 laws of power. We talked about law 13. We talked about law 14. And now we're going to talk about law 15. It says crush your enemy totally. Okay, don't just half the way crush them, reflection. Crush them totally. What does that mean, Tarika? This is law 15 of the 48 laws of power. All great leaders since Moses have known that a feared enemy must be crushed completely. Sometimes they have learned this the hard way. If one ember is left aligned, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. More is lost through stopping halfway than through a total annihilation. The enemy will recover and seek revenge. Crush him, not only in body, but in spirit. Okay, so what does that mean, reflection? Just like I'll tell people, if you're having, most people who have bad dreams, I tell them, if you keep having the same bad dream over and over again, okay, maybe you should turn around in that dream. Maybe it's something you need to do different in that dream, because if you turn around, you're going to face what you have head on. Because if you keep stopping, waking up in the middle of your dream, then what's going to happen, Flesh? You're just going to keep having that same dream, gone in a face that particular dream, and you might find out your nightmare wasn't a nightmare, it was just a dream. Okay, so let's keep it going. It says, those who seek to achieve things should show no mercy. Okay, remember, emotions will get you. You'll get what I'm saying. When you are in the middle of the art of war, when you are in the middle of trying to accomplish certain things, sometimes you can't get caught up in emotions, because it will alter your pathway. Okay, it says those who seek to accomplish things should show no mercy. Okay, so with that being said, let's keep it going. I'm gonna tell you a story, and we have seen this story several times, even throughout history. Let's talk. I want to tell you about this particular queen, baby. Okay, Miss Queen right here, she was something serious. She could get a little ruthless, baby. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I have enough time to tell you the story. Okay, so with that being said, let me keep going. Okay, Wu Chow, who was born in 625, was the daughter of a duke, and she was a beautiful young woman of many charms. She was accordingly attached to the Harlem Emperor of Tai Tsusong. The Emperor Harlem was a dangerous place, full of young concubines dying to become the emperor's favorite. Wu's beauty and forceful character quickly won her this battle, but knowing that an emperor, like other powerful men, is a creature of whim, and that she could easily be replaced, she kept her eye on her future. When managed to seduce the empress, dissolute son Kai Tsung on the only possible occasion when she could find him alone while he was relieving himself at the royal urinal. Baby, he was using the bathroom and she took her strike. She didn't have no emotions. See, if she had emotions, she would have been like, I'll at least wait until he get done using the bathroom. She struck then. Let's see what she did. Reflection. Even so, when the emperor died and K Tsung took over his throne, she still suffered the fate to which all wives and her concubines of a deceased emperor were bound by tradition and law. Her head shaven, she entered a coven for what was supposed to be the rest of her life. Okay, so that was what was supposed to happen, but she had other plans. Let's see what she had up her sleeve. Reflection. For 7 years, Wu seemed to escape. By communicating in secret with the new emperor and befriending his wife, the empress, she managed to get highly unusual royal edict, allowing her to return to the palace and to the royal harem. So she wasn't even supposed to return to the palace. You get what I'm saying? But she kept in contact with the son. Once there, she fawned on the empress while she was sleeping with the emperor. Okay, the empress did not discourage this. She had yet to provide the emperor with a heir. Her position was vulnerable, and Wu was a valuable ally. Okay, in 1654, Wu Kong gave birth to a child. One day, the empress came to visit, and as soon as she had left, Wu smothered the newborn, her own baby. Okay, so she was not playing for power. Reflection. So she went over there where the son was. Remember, the emperor had passed, so his son became emperor. After his son became emperor, she kept in contact with him. So she went back over there, eventually slept with the emperor, because his wife hadn't gave him a child to the heir yet. Okay, so after she slept with this particular emperor, she gave birth to a child. Okay, and one day she actually went in there, she smothered her own baby. But why? When the murder was discovered, well, it wasn't her own baby, but you get what I'm saying. Reflection. When the murder was discovered, suspicion immediately fell on the empress, who had been on the scenes moments earlier and whose jealous nature was known by all. This was precisely Wu's plan. So she tried to make it look like that it was his original wife. Remember, he had already had a wife, but he started sleeping with her because the wife hadn't gave him an heir to the throne. Reflection. You hear what I'm saying? So after that, she ended up going in there smothering her own baby to make it look like it was the empress to get her ass on up out of their. Reflection. This is a master, cold-blooded mastermind. When they say those who seek to achieve things but show no mercy, this is a true example. Let's keep it going. It says, shortly thereafter, the empress was charged with murder and executed. Wu was crowned empress in her place, so now she's the emperor. Okay, her new husband, addicted to his life of pleasure, gladly gave up the reins of government to Wu, who was from then now known as Empress Wu. So she took the government. Reflection. When she went in there, he gave her complete control. Okay. Although now in position of great power, Wu hardly felt secure. So she still, even with all this power, she still never felt secure. She still felt like she had to fight for her position. Okay? There were enemies everywhere. She could not let her guard down for one moment. Indeed, she was 41. She began to fear that her beautiful niece was becoming the emperor's favorite. She poisoned the woman with clay mixed with food. So she poisoned her niece. Reflection. She thought that the emperor was looking at her niece one day, you get what I'm saying, at breakfast, and she poisoned him. Okay. In 1675, her own son taunted at her appearance, basically saying that, you know what I'm saying, mama, age ain't been on your side. That's what her son said. So she poisoned his ass as well. Yes, she did. Okay, the next eldest son, who was illegitimate but now the crown prince, was exiled a little later on Trump charges. And when the emperor died in 685, Wu managed to have the son after the declared unfit for the throne. So even her eldest son, after that, she put false charges on him and got him locked away. And even after he did his time, she declared him incompetent to be on the throne. Okay, do you see her tactics? Reflection. She is staying in power by any means. Okay, all this meant that it was her youngest, most effectual son who finally became emperor. This is the one she felt like she could control. In this way, she continued to rule. Over the next 5 years, there were innumerable palace courts. Does this story sound familiar? Okay, let's keep it going. All of them failed and all of the conspiracies were executed. By 688, there was no one left to challenge. Wu. She proclaimed herself a divine descendant of Buddha, and in 690, her wishes were finally granted. She was named Holy and Divine Emperor of China, baby. So when you see these rulers, do you see how many people she had to take out, though, to become this divine Emperor of China reflection? Okay, so it was like she was crushing everybody that came. She didn't care if it was the son, she did not care, her niece, or anybody reflection. What's really going on, okay? So it says, have no mercy. Crush your enemies as totally as they would crush you, okay? It says, ultimately, the only peace and security you can hope for from your enemies is their disappearance, okay? A viper crushed beneath your foot but left alive will rear up and bite you without a doubt of double dose of venom. An enemy that is left around like a half-dead viper that you nurse back to health, times make the venom even stronger. Imagine reflection, something that was supposed to break you. Okay, think about something that was supposed to break you. When you came out that transformation, you just got stronger and you just got stronger and you just got stronger and you just got stronger. It didn't break you. It taught you a lesson. It taught you a journey. It taught you that you can go through that and you can come out this way, or it even taught you can go through this, and maybe if you do this right here instead of that right there, then who knows, reflection, you'll come out on a different pathway. We're talking about the 48 laws of power. We stopped on law 15. Join us next week. We will definitely be doing law 16, 17, and 18. If you haven't checked out my website, definitely do it. It's in the description box below. If you're already over here at the night school, until you know my ending, until next time, Ashe.